All right, so you've got this awesome solar setup, right? And you're thinking, I want more power. I want more freedom. It seems pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Just slap on a few more panels, maybe some bigger batteries, and boom, you're good to go. Or are you?
But here's a curveball. What if I told you that upgrade, the one you've been so excited about, could actually make your system weaker? I'm talking about not just failing to get more power, but actually crippling your output, or even worse, causing some serious permanent damage. Yeah, it's a super frustrating and expensive trap that a lot of people fall into.
So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and expose the #1 reason these upgrades go sideways. We're talking about a silent killer for solar systems, something that can totally undermine your whole investment, and its name is voltage mismatch.
Okay, let's get right into it. To really wrap our heads around this problem, we've got to go back to basics for a second. We need to talk about how solar panels are actually wired together. There are basically two main ways to do it, in series and in parallel.
So first up, let's talk about a series connection. The easiest way to picture this? Think about the batteries in an old flashlight, right? You stack them end to end, positive to negative. It's the same deal with solar panels. When you wire them in series, their voltages literally add up. So two 12-volt panels become 24 volts. But, and this is super important, the current, or the amps, doesn't change. It stays the same as that of a single panel.
And then you've got the other way, a parallel connection. Now with this one, you're connecting all the positive wires together and all the negative wires together. It's like giving the electricity multiple lanes to travel down. When you do this, the voltage stays exactly the same as a single panel, but the current, the amps from each panel, they all add up, so you get a much higher total current.
So let's boil it down. Series wiring makes the voltage go up. Parallel wiring makes the current go up. That's it. Getting that difference is, without a doubt, the most important thing to know when you're designing or especially upgrading a solar array.
Okay, so what actually happens when you try to mix and match different panels in one of those series strings? Well, here's a great way to think about it. Picture a 4-lane highway, right? 3 lanes are cruising along at 70 miles an hour, but that 4th lane, it's stuck behind a slowpoke doing 30. What happens? The whole highway gets choked up. It's the exact same thing with your panels. Your entire string of panels gets dragged down to the performance level of the single weakest panel in that chain.
And the impact of that bottleneck, it's huge. I mean, you've paid good money for all that potential power, but just because of one mismatched panel, you might only be getting a tiny fraction of what your system could be doing. You're literally just throwing away perfectly good free energy from the sun, all because the parts aren't playing nice together.
And it gets worse. On top of just wasting power, there's another danger. Your system has a brain, right? It's called the MPPT charge controller. And that brain has a very strict voltage limit. So if your new beefed-up string of panels produces a voltage that's too high, well, two things can happen. The controller might just shut down to protect itself, which means zero power for you, or it could just get completely, permanently fried, and that's an expensive fix.
Okay. Enough doom and gloom about the problem. Let's talk about the solution, because there is one. How do you upgrade your system the right way? Don't worry, we've boiled it all down to a super straightforward 7-step checklist to make sure your next upgrade is safe and actually gives you the power you're after. But before we jump into that list, there is one golden rule you absolutely need to know. It's what I call the 90% safety rule. Here it is. Your total open circuit voltage, you'll see that listed as VOC on your panel spec sheet, should never be more than 90% of your charge controller's max voltage limit. So why 90%, not 100%? Simple. On really cold, sunny days, your panels can actually pump out more voltage than they're rated for. That 10% buffer is your safety net. It protects your expensive gear from getting zapped. And here it is. This is the heart of it all, your upgrade checklist. Seriously, follow these steps and you'll be golden. Number 1, measure your existing system. Know your starting point. 2, check your controller's limits and do the math for that 90% rule. 3, make sure panels in a series string are a close match. 4, adding batteries? Make sure your parallel banks are balanced. 5, fuses and breakers on every string. Don't skip this. 6, test everything with a multimeter before you connect it all together. And finally, number 7, keep a close eye on everything during that very first charge cycle.
All right, now that we have the checklist, let's talk about the single most important thing in any electrical project: safety. I mean, following the steps is one thing, but really understanding why they're there, understanding the risks, that's what's going to keep you and your expensive equipment in one piece.
I know we just touched on this, but it is so important it's worth saying again.
Cold weather makes your panel's voltage spike. If you ignore that fact, you could easily send way too much voltage into your system and just, poof, destroy your charge controller or your inverter. That 90% rule, it's not just a nice suggestion, it's your essential line of defense.
And we've got to talk about something called an arc flash. This stuff is seriously scary. It's when high-voltage DC electricity literally jumps through the air, creating this violent, super hot explosion. We're talking severe burns, it can blind you, it's no joke. This is precisely why you never work on a system when it's live.
And that leads us right to this non-negotiable, written-in-stone rule. Never, ever, ever try to connect new parts, panels, batteries, anything, while the system is powered on. A sudden voltage mismatch can cause a huge surge of current, and that means sparks, potential arc flashes, and definitely fried components.
So please, before you even think about touching a wire, kill the power. I mean everything. Turn off the breakers, unplug the panels from the roof, disconnect the batteries, then grab your multimeter and double-check that there is absolutely zero voltage. Your safety is 100% dependent on this step. Okay, let's wrap this up and bring it all together. A successful solar upgrade, it's not just about buying more stuff and plugging it in. It's about smart, careful planning. It's about respecting the fundamental laws of electricity.
So what are the big takeaways here? The keys to success? It's simple, really. 1. Measure everything first. Know your numbers. 2. Match your voltages when you're wiring in series. 3. Balance your batteries when wiring in parallel. And 4. Protect every single string with the right fuse or breaker. You do these things and you're building a solid, safe, and powerful upgrade.
You know, it all boils down to a pretty simple idea. That extra hour you spend today just checking spec sheets and using your multimeter, that 1 hour can save you days of frustrating troubleshooting, not to mention potentially thousands of dollars in fried equipment down the road.
Look, your solar system is a huge investment, right? It's your ticket to energy independence. So the final question is pretty simple. Are you protecting that investment? Because now that you understand voltage mismatch, you have the power to make sure every upgrade makes your system stronger, not weaker.